Ooh. Ooh, that was sweet. Wow, that was clean. Ooh, that was a good one.
That's it. That's good.
Woo! What do you think about that one, Pat?
That was
good?
Awesome. That was good.
That qualifies?
That qualifies.
Alright guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. So today we are out here at the MPC parking lot and we are going to be doing a practice session on hang fives. We got special guest Patrick with us today.
The return of Pat. The return of Pat. Here I am.
Patriot Pat. We got a lot of names for him.
There you go, Patriot Pat, baby.
You got anything you want to be working on today? Or are you just going to be cruising around?
I'll be cruising around and observing and learning.
brakes.
And a new bike for Pat.
Yeah.
No front brakes and different bike that I'm going to start getting used to doing stuff on the rear pegs.
Oh, right. Yes.
Start working on that.
We were just talking about that.
Starting a new chapter, man. Here we go.
Yeah. You'll be doing some filming for us too, so you'll be behind the camera narrating and whatnot. But yeah, so Pat's on the McCoy 26. That's the Haro Master, right? Big bike. And then RL and I have been riding the BMX bikes lately. So today he's on the 20-inch S&M ATF, and I'll be on the 22 GT Fueler. But anyways, yeah, like we were saying, we're going to be doing our practice session, or showing our practice session on the Hang 5. You've been progressing a decent amount lately, right?
A little bit.
So since switching from the big bikes to the BMX bikes, I'd say the progress has sped up.
Yeah, but I also have that time in the morning where I close the garage. It's like totally private, and I can concentrate. You know.
What he's saying is I'm leaving him alone in the morning and not bugging him,
Yes, exactly.
So now he can ride more.
I just can't learn by, like, you know, a minute here and a minute there. Especially at this age, it's like I gotta do it a million times.
Yeah.
But so that's definitely helping. And I mean, the 20-inch is so much more agile.
Yeah.
It just moves around. It's a little tight, but it's worth what you give up in size for the action you get out of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say since I switched from the 26 to the 22, I mean, it's still a really hard trick in regards to doing the Hang 5, but I can see it's way more doable, and I'm actually making a lot more progress with it. Cool. Yeah, and so for today, my goal is I want to try just rolling 1 foot on with the back wheel up doing the Hang 5. Do you have a goal right now, or?
Wait, 1 foot?
I want to get 1 foot of distance while I'm on the front wheel doing the Hang 5. That's going to be my goal.
Okay.
How about you?
Maybe 2 lines?
2? Oh wow, 2 parking spaces.
That's a little adventurous, huh?
No, I think you could do that from what I saw earlier. You got to push yourself.
Huh?
Push yourself. Test your boundaries.
It's not like BMX, just throw yourself in. It's like a little balance point, you know.
You got to get out of your comfort zone, like Pete said, right?
Well, I'm out of my comfort zone.
Okay, so you guys know what we're going to be doing in today's video then. Before we get started, as always, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And now we're going to get started. All right, so I was thinking the first thing we could do is just kind of show them where we're at with the trick. So just demonstrate it a few times.
So do it or don't do it?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Demonstrate it a few times. Which way do you want to go?
I'm going that way.
Okay, all right.
Starting at this line.
You go first and then I'll follow after.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll circle this way around.
Oh, shit.
This trick, it's literally, doing it, you're just like, you know there's a good chance you're gonna eat shit.
Yeah.
It's like, it kind of sucks, but let's see. Yeah, there's a good fear factor to this trick. Oh, man. Ooh, that was 2 spaces.
I felt like I went like 10, but
You already did it.
I fell.
But still though, you were on it for 2 spaces, right, Pat?
Yep.
Feel free to narrate, say whatever you
That
want.
was nice.
Oh!
See, that was a little bit. I got a little on that one. How
Yeah,
far
that
did
second one.
How far did I go on that second one, would you say?
I don't know. It's hard to tell on here, man. It's small.
I need to get a magnifying.
I think you went a foot at least.
Okay, I'll take that.
It was
for
farther
sure.
than the first one, for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
definitely.
Okay, Dad, watch me on this one too, so you can tell me how far I went, please.
About a foot.
That one I didn't even get up.
I know I gotta bring the bike up into me like Danny does. He's like a machine though.
Shit, that was like 3 spaces.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
2.5.
Okay, let's see if I can do a little bit.
Yeah.
That might have been a little 6 inches.
Are you
that
on
one.
your brakes?
Huh?
Are you on your brakes?
No.
I use my brakes at the end when the back end's coming down, but not at the beginning.
Yeah, I'd say that was probably 6 inches.
You'd say so? Cool.
Yeah.
Good. I was thinking now it'd be kind of cool if you walk us through and explain how you're supposed to do the trick. Give us kind of a how-to on it. And speaking of yours, so you're just saying, was I using the brakes? You said not to use brakes, right? Because when I first started learning this trick, I was using my front brakes to get the back tire up.
No.
But you said it's probably better not to learn it that way.
This is the advantage to, I think, is that if you're not using your front brakes and you start going over, you're still gonna roll, you have time. You hit your front brakes and it's like, boom.
Stops your momentum, kind of.
But the ticket is, like, okay, I got my arch of my foot a little bit forward, and I'm like over the bars. And you kind of want to keep your body the same. Well, I keep going into that, but I can't do a side work. It's kind of like a motion like this.
Yeah, where do you trap the seat so the bike's not flailing around back there? Because that's what I'm having an interesting.
It just kind of works out. The best thing is like to go over. Just get used to going over.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, so once you start going, I've noticed then if you don't have the bike trapped, it's kind of going back and forth back here.
That's because you're not steep enough.
So do you just put it in your butt basically and stabilize
well, when
it
that seat
way?
hits, you'll be steep enough.
So you're saying you trap it with your butt, basically.
It just goes up in there.
Yeah.
It just kind of works out. But Danny Jack said, speed, no brakes. And I watched him do it a number of times, and he's just like, he doesn't like throw his weight into it. It's like he's forward and the bike moves to a position.
Yeah. Yeah, so
then
will you walk us through it kind of in slow motion? Step by step, tell us what you're doing.
Let me see how far up I am, because I get up pretty far. See how much easier that goes? So I have a feeling if you're running one of them 18.5-inch bikes, you're not going to be like this, right? Because I notice the shorter bikes the farther back I am.
You're saying 18.5 top tube?
Yeah, like the pros ride.
I didn't know they
riders.
rode those that short. Holy crap.
And like they run like a super short rear end. So think about it, way less movement. And I don't know if it's easier or not, but
yeah,
I get the point. I'm starting to understand those.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm like this. And I've just kind of figured out from going over the point. I don't know how, yeah, it just kind of comes up.
So one thing you said to me that kind of helped a lot was, what you said, when you're on the front peg and you're leaning forward, instead of jerking your whole body forward and throwing all your weight over the bars, you said you're pushing the bars down.
Right.
And you're kind of keeping your body back. Except it's almost like you're just pushing down while keeping your body back.
Right. And by you just reminded me of something, and I'm watching you. You're standing back like this.
Uh-huh.
Right? The farther your weight forward, the easier it's going to be to get that rear end up.
Yeah, okay. So like you're
Because if you're like throwing yourself forward like you have to on a big bike, now you got to stop that momentum.
I see.
Where that's why the guys that do it, they've done it so many times, they're just like, and then they use their leg to balance.
Yeah.
I would also say, get used to going over the bars.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be your fear is always, what happens if I go over, and can I demonstrate? You hear?
Yeah.
I'll probably eat shit now.
Nice.
Like that, these French guys, they're really good. They would, when they go over, they're sharp enough to turn their handlebars, so they don't have to run in between their bars, you know, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But it's good to get, here, I'll do it again. It's good to get used to this, get that fear gone.
Yeah. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, and you lift up a little bit with your back pedal. So.
Oh, right, yeah, so you use your back pedal to lift up a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm pretty far forward. And look how far the arch is. Can you see that, Pat? My
You're
arch,
like
the
past-
majority, I mean, my foot is a little bit farther forward than it is back. And then once you're up, you can feel your balance point. And if you're dropping back,
Yeah, that was actually something I wanted to bring up. I was watching an Alfredo Mancuso video, and it was him and Rick Mosley, another rider, and they were talking about hang fives. And one of the tips they had for just a beginner is just putting your brakes on and bringing your bike up to that balance point so you can get used to being in that position and finding that balance point before you go full speed trying it out.
yeah.
And almost just like get up here and try and balance and eventually work up to letting off the brake and trying to roll from this position a little bit.
Now stay right there, don't move. See how the seat's on the side?
Yeah.
That's a sideboard.
Okay, yeah. So,
And I started doing it that way because it felt more comfortable, like I have more adjustment. Of course, I can't do them now. I'm locked in on the hang five. But every time you show me, you're hanging off the side.
yeah, I got to figure out what to do with this seat. Yeah, so like if you want to try it too, Dad, it's like trying to balance in that position. It's kind of hard.
Here's another one. Exaggerate, when you're riding like this. Exaggerate getting in front of the bars with your legs kind of crouched.
Wow. So what were you demonstrating there?
The farther you are like forward,
Uh-huh.
the easier it is once you lift your pedals to push into the right position.
Oh, interesting.
Because you get your weight, get your weight over the bars, and then, see, my head stays the same. I just kind of straighten my bars.
Yeah.
That's how Danny Jacks looks doing it anyways. Let's try this. Can I help you?
Yeah.
You mind? I know it's kind of a thing, but really exaggerate being forward
Okay.
and put your foot farther forward. You're got to be on the arch of your foot. So like this. Yes.
Ooh. Yeah, it goes so fast once it starts falling.
Well, but now, so you're kind of building up a range.
Yeah.
When you go over the front, okay, that's too hard. If you go over and it just drops down, that's too easy. And so you're trying to figure out your range in between.
Damn it. That's good.
Not really, but thanks.
Man.
Check this out. No brakes. I'm far forward. I know I'm going to flip.
I'm not that majestic.
Just lean, exaggerate being forward. You got to be over the bars. Man, these shin guards and knee pads, when you start running forward and everything is hitting your bars and pegs, really helps.
I bet. Fuck. Let me try one more.
Oh, yes. That was nice.
That's when I push down and then lean back. That's what happens.
But you were on your way. You felt that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like you were like carrying it. That was cool.
Thank you. She's I thought about it too much. So to get your body in position, you're gonna have your front foot on the peg, a little past the halfway point or the arch of your foot. You're gonna have your back foot on the pedal, leaned over the bars a little bit. It's like your knee is right under the bars too. You're pushing your knee way forward. I would say step 2 is pushing the bars down into position.
And lifting the pedal.
And lifting the pedal. Step 3, I guess, would just be like locking the seat in position with your butt or however you want to do it, wrapped around your leg.
I don't even think about my seat. All
Really?
I think about is my leg and keeping it rolling.
So how do you keep your balance? Your dead leg, you're moving around to balance?
Yeah.
So that would probably be step 3 then, keeping your balance going?
Yeah.
Okay. And then step 4 would be landing it, which you just kind of sit down on the bike, right?
Yeah, it just comes down. I touch my brakes so the back end doesn't slam down.
Okay.
Just so it's smooth.
Cool.
A little bit.
So I would say those are probably the 4 steps for
Yeah.
the sequence.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other points or tips you would have to suggest?
You're going to do it a lot.
Yeah.
If you've never done it before. And you're not going to be able to do it without getting past that fear of going over the front. And if you got pads on, good shoes, and whatever, going over the bars you're not really going to go over the bars. You got to go over the front to get used to it. That's the only way you're going to find your balance point.
What I've noticed is it's really scary at first, but after that first time you go over the bars, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad. And then that's when you really start making, I think, your progress.
Yeah.
And yeah, just repetitions. That's how it is for me with every trick, but lots of repetitions and just having the willingness to know that you're probably going to go over the bars a lot of times, but it's not that bad, so it's worth it.
And those little gains, like, this is one thing I forgot, this is huge. We used to do this. Remember we'd go by lines for wheelies and everything? And I was
Setting
watching
goals.
Scotty Cranmer. I said that right?
Cranmer, yeah.
Yeah, Cranmer. Scotty and Maddie Cranmer. And they were doing nose manuals and they had tape out. And that is so critical, man. On every trick I'm doing, if I'm trying to backwards wheelie, I have a piece of tape where my front tire landed, and then I try to beat it. And that really helps, is having a line or something to beat, you know? So put your lines out. A lot of guys are talking about that. And just try to get past that line. And that really helps.
All right, guys, so that wraps up today's video on our practice session with the Hang 5. Obviously, I'm very new to it, or else still kind of getting back into it, but...
I never did one. And when I was riding before,
Uh-huh.
I'd have never done a Hang 5 in my life. Now, I'm sure someone will post a video, but I always did a cyborg where I was off the edge of the bike.
Well, still really
So
similar.
this is kind of, I mean, even though it's been a whole year I've been trying to do this damn thing, it's still new to me.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna have more updates where we post our progress on how the trick's going and stuff, so you'll see that. And other than that, if you guys have any tips or tricks yourselves on how to do this trick, please leave those in the comments below. We're always wanting to hear that stuff. It really helps a lot. And I think that's about it.
Go watch Danny. I think it's Danny Lynn Jax. I know it's Danny Jax, J-A-X.
Uh-huh.
Watch him. He's got a video posted. I don't know if it's on his page or if he sent it to me, but watch him go through it. It's just like you know, he just gets into that thing and it's like his foot barely moves.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool video to learn. That's what I learned from.
Yeah, and I've been watching the Alfredo Mancuso video with Rick Mosley demonstrating how to do the hang five. That helped me a lot too, so I would say check that out as well. Other than that though, I'd say that wraps up today's video. So as always, we just want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
Peace.
That was a little faster too. Kind of playing with fire. I love having knee pads, man. You just, when you're doing it. Nice. Yeah.
Oy.
Wow. That was
All
clean.
I want to learn how to roll backwards off that.
Well, you're almost there. You do it.
If you hit the 180 right on, it looks like the bike would roll back easier, but it's just hard to get the bike all the way around.
Ow!
What did you hit?
My nuts. The wheel went right into my nuts.
Man.
I didn't pinch my seat.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that.
I don't know how you understand this stuff because that's exactly what it is. Oh, but you got to say it again. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, yeah, when you rotate it 180 and you make the 180, it looks like it's easier to roll out backwards in it because you're straight and your momentum will take you backwards.
Right.
But if you don't complete the 180, you happen to make up for it on your balance and trying to land it at an angle and trying to roll out of it. It seems like it's like a lot harder to do.
Right. That's exactly the truth.
And building up consistencies would be pretty hard to do that without consistent speed, completing the rotation, right? How far you want to go.
But here's the mystery of it. You could cheat and come in it at 90 degrees and do a 90 and it'll work.
Right.
I think your front wheel has to be turned a little
As long
bit.
as you have the back wheel straight, you land, you come around and you're this way and you're going straight back.
Yeah, it has to be straight with your surroundings and it'll work.
Seems
I think
like
that
it makes a difference.
gets into the rotational movement of the earth and the direction of the tree. I can't
think
figure
so.
that one out. There it is.
There it
Nice.
is.